Hello, great people of YouTube. In today's video, I'll tell you about a great Roman historical figure known as Gaius Iulius Caesar. I'll present to you 3 facts about him, and maybe, if I will feel that my brain capacity will allow me to do it, maybe I'll analyze those facts in terms of its implications for other areas of life, such as philosophy, modern art, and other things. So, starting with the first fact, Gaius Iulius Caesar was known as a cold writer, even more as a great conqueror and warrior. Of course, we respect his tremendous military successes and we are aware of what he did for Rome. He was gaining new provinces. He acquired a lot of economical wealth to the Rome, and all this is very important. But guess what? A lot of people can have some kind of a success, but only few people can commercialize it. So they can build up their fame on it. And it's very important. So it has its implications on daily life as well. So for example, you can be a hardworking person, but if you do not know how to present yourself correctly, you will be forgotten. You will be not known for your hard work. You'll be used as someone near the slave, because that's how we work as humans. And sometimes it can be used as a manipulation, because I know some people that are they're very good at presenting themselves. They know all those manipulation tricks on psychology, but actually they are not hardworking. And sadly enough, presentation is more important, because humans are like this. They like pictures, they like screaming, emotions, whoa, 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 whoa. So you need to take care of their ADHD brain. That's how, for example, YouTube Shorts and TikTok is so famous right now, and so on. So of course you can take advantage of it and just learn how to present yourself, but I also believe that you should never go fully on with it, so you do not toxify and corrupt yourself, because it's like a toxin. If you know how to present yourself, you can actually start lying and stop working in a good way, because you'll just start to do things that are just unmoral, because you will know that many politicians do it. So they're just talking about their successes, and people believe this. I'm always amazed. I was a member of political party. I know so much about politics, about rhetorics. I can manipulate anyone. I can overtalk anyone. I can get any women through my words. I can gain wealth and fame through my words. The thing is, it's just unmoral for me. I'm a fan and enthusiast of philosophy. Why would I corrupt myself with lying, with manipulation? Disgusting practice. And of course, many of those politicians pay a price. I have intel and data and personal information about famous politicians. They take drugs, they are cheating on their wives, and sometimes they're paragons. Whoa, 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 look at me. They are saying that they respect children, they're fighting for women's rights, and so on. But then, something about their private life, they're like a wrecks. They're taking cocaine. They're going to some techno parties, like a fucking, excuse me for a curse word, like a junkie. And it's so disgusting. And sadly enough, it works like this. A good example of psychological literary analysis of this is the work by Guy de Maupassant, a great famous French writer, a naturalist. He wrote this great book called Bel Ami. And this book presents a main hero that's very cunning and very intelligent and becomes a politician, but he's very immoral. So he just knows how to impress people, and he's diabolical, demonical. And he's aware of this, and he just goes full on with this, he's cynical. And many politicians are like this, and uh, I I can understand them, although I do not want to understand them because it's a disgusting practice. But I guess it works like this when you see like how easy it is to manipulate people. Like, you take this cocaine, you cheat on your wife, you have like disgusting, you have like, I know, five young girls and you have sex with them, and then you go to your wife and then you talk in television, Polish rights are very important, like human rights and so on. What the heck, like what are they doing? But then like they're going with it and they say, whoa, I still have votes, people are voting for me, people love me, old ladies are hugging me, and I put an Instagram reel and I have 1,000 likes, so I guess I can go with this. Well, yes, the thing is, it's unmoral and it's disgusting practice, and it's enough to be seen as something not worth pursuing. So like, back to our main topic, like, you can present yourself in an effective way, and you should do it, but you should not overdose it, and you should still be hardworking. When you keep all this in your mind, let's get back to topic of Caesar. So he was very skillful warrior, a good general, and he gained a lot of provinces. The thing is, he knew how to present himself, and that's why he gained so much fame. Because he wrote about things he did, and I love this, because he wrote it in a very cold manner, stoic-like manner, like a philosopher, and like he was talking about death, wars, conquerors, and like he was saying this as he was not bragging, like, oh, I am Caesar and I killed so many people, look at me. No, what he did, it was like something like this: Germans were defeated, soldiers saw great landscapes, culture of Germans should be respected for A, B, and C. Even though we respect them, there are enemies and we must kill them. We did it. And so on. And it's like very cold, and it sounds like historical work, like a fact. You listen to it and you just accept this. There's no emotional load there. He's not happy, like he's not happy about, well, I killed somebody. Well, it's actually, if you know Caesar from his correspondence, and if you know his biography, he was a very intelligent philosopher as well. So he was killing people, but he knew that it's just his role in life. That he was not like a maniac, that he was satisfied with blood on his hand. No, hands, like he just respected his country, his Rome, and he knew that if Germans and barbarians will not be conquered, well, they will attack Rome later. That's how, by the way, that's what happened thousands years ago, thousands years later, when like Rome became weaker and weaker and weaker. Germans just took advantage of it. And Caesar was aware of this, that like everyday human nature is like this as well. L'homme est loup pour l'homme, as we say in French. So human is wolf for human, History is made, l'histoire est faite par violence. So history is made through violence, That's how it works. History is written by conquerors. If you're weak, you'll be eaten by others. It's not sad nor happy, just tragic in a neutral and original sense of the meaning of the word. Tragic means it's life. That's how it works. You can just accept it or fight with it and be crushed. It's up to you. So Caesar knew what his role in life is, that he must conquer barbarians in order for Rome to survive. That's what he did. He did not take any pleasure of it, and you see this in his letters, in his works, that he was just writing about it as a fact. And it's something that I'm truly impressed with, and that's what I recommend to you as well, that you are pursuing your goals with a stoic-like attitude. So that's the first important fact about Caesar. The second thing is that he was hated by Senate and loved by ordinary people. So one of his great reference was that he wanted to build thermes, like those swimming pools, for poor people, for beggars, because most of the time you needed to pay to go there. And it was really nice because you had hot water there, you could rest, regenerate, and you know this from biology, like a good hot bath, after a hard day of work is something truly great. It invigorates your mind, it relaxes your muscles, and I'm surprised that like people are buying some expensive supplements, are going for massage, buying some cosmetics and so on, yet they do not bath properly. And what I mean by it, like, it's not that you just take a bath in the morning, like you take 2 minutes and then bath, you are good to go for the work. What you should do is that you respect bath. Let's change topic a little bit, because for example what I do, like I'm in bath like daily for at least 1 hour. I use very expensive French cosmetics and perfumes from great company that I, by the way, recommend to you, L'Occitane, and I enjoy the bath. I like when my pores are opening up, when I feel the warmth invigorating my body and so on. And Caesar saw the same thing, that bath is very important. So if we would allow beggars and like poor people to use those baths, even though they're like poor and weak physically and like often ill, if they could just access those thermal baths, it will have tremendous effect on their health and mood. And if you have happy people, well, then you are a good ruler. But like I said, even though he was a great emperor and dictator and ruler, and he cared about the people, ordinary people, he was hated by jealous Senate people, and that's why he was killed. So that's like the second fact. And the third fact, very tragic, something that a lot of people know, but I want to dwell a little bit on the topic and develop it. So, like, as we know, Caesar was killed by his friend Brutus. And it's very sad because Brutus is such a weakling. I am so disgusted by this person, in history, because he reminds me of those emotionally unstable weaklings. So he was friend of Caesar, but he did not have any balls. Like Brutus was like this, like he didn't know what to choose. Like he was having this great friend Caesar who was strong, and he was also like thinking at the same time, oh, republic, republic, republic. Republic is very important. Like it seemed dumb because republic was so weak at this time, so it was an illusion republic. So how can you fight for an illusion? Makes no sense. So the only logical consequence of like a glimpse of any intelligence in this Brutus imbecile head, because it's also important, like Brutus, like this nickname, means that he was dumb, Funny thing, because, like, for example, Plato, like this ancient philosopher, means that he had broad shoulders. So you think in Plato, so he had his nickname because his name was Ariston, I guess, like the real name of Plato. Ariston, son of Ariston, because his father had the same name. And his nickname was Plato, and we know him by his nickname. And funny enough, Plato means that someone has broad shoulders. So even though he was so intelligent, Plato, he had like his nickname around his physical body because he was also a skilled sportsman. Very interesting. So like his physical trait, human, manly, alpha-like shoulders, broad shoulders. Real nice. So we know Plato, and by the way, it's very important to have broad shoulders. Very manly-like trait. I have a V-taper, so combination of small waist, broad shoulders, and big masculine back. If you want to have broad shoulders and be respected by women, go to my other videos, because I also like to talk about fitness, sport, and physical domination, like a good moral domination and so on. But back to our topic. So, like, Plato was known for broad shoulders, and Brutus, Brutus, what does it mean? Like a brute. So, brute, so like someone that's dumb, and that's how it works. Like, I can imagine like this stupid idiot, imbecile, especially imbecile. And when you think about him, like, he has such a great friend, Caesar, strong, intelligent, wealthy, whoa. And he betrays him because he's thinking about some illusion of republic. Idiot. Thankfully enough, after he committed this disgusting betrayal and he killed his great friend, Caesar, he was chased down by Marcus Antonius, a real friend of Caesar. And it's really important because Marcus Antonius did something called laudatio in Latin. Laudatio is like the speech that you tell about someone that has died. And he told laudatio about Caesar. And it's really nice because he described all of the achievements of Caesar for the ordinary people. And it was so effective, this laudatio, that every beggar in Rome wanted to slaughter Brutus. So even if Brutus was not killed by Marcus Antonius and his legionnaires, um, he would he was overdone. Like, no one liked him. Every beggar, every ordinary person wanted to kill him in rightful revenge for Caesar. And it's really nice because it tells you that it is good to have like true friends, because even if you have like dumb enemies like Brutus, like those true friends like Marcus Antonius will revenge you, will avenge you. And it's a real nice historical fact. So that's what I want you to take from this video. Thank you very much for watching. Think about my words, put them into practice, and have a really nice day.